Hi, I'm Laurie Dobson. Today is Martin Luther King Day, January 19th, Monday, 2021. I'm titling this video, I Will Not Stand Still, because I believe that there is so much going on now that is so necessary for the national conversation and international conversation in the world. People must see that America is starting to understand that it's making a horrible mistake by censoring, by locking its people down, by closing them off and destroying their ways of making a living, and that the people really truly did revolt at the Capitol for all these reasons. And it was evident. I saw it, thank God. It's starting to come out now that the censoring voices, the calumny that's being called out on everybody, those who want to punish are finally getting some pushback, and voices of reason are starting to be able to come out now. And one note of positivism that I noticed this morning, after wondering whether I was continuing to get my Facebook page restricted and my ability to use it censored, which they told me I was, and I took pictures of it to prove it. But apparently I'm still able to post. I posted, I think, a very important piece by Joe Lauria at Consortium News, and he posted, he was describing how the Capitol event was not meant as a coup. It wasn't meant to take over the government, but people were trying to seek redress from their government, their grievances. They were trying to explain how difficult things were. And it's very evident in the tape that was released through the New Yorker, and Joe Lauria at Consortium News printed that. So that's what I was posting, and you'll see the video if you click onto it. And it's a longer video. You'll see all the characters that we originally saw. The guy with the horns, Jacob Chansley, and he is not going to be charged with any attempted coup. And if you actually see what he did in the video, you'll see that he lets out with a lot of grunts and things, but then he acts in a leadership capacity to help people by praying at the head of the Senate, and a lot of people joined him, took their hats off and prayed, and you can tell they were completely sincere about their effort to try to bring justice to the situations that are truly going on. And a major lie was corrected in the Senate chambers. It has to be the first time the Senate's heard real truth tellers speak without blocking them or limiting them. All that happened was in the way of a balance to that. They didn't need much because they were pretty balanced themselves. They were just looking around and trying to find information to help those who were looking for any kind of evidence of an election fraud. They did have an agenda, but they were not in. It did not appear that anyone was attempting to destroy property. In fact, they were there for the purpose of justice, and they were all reminding each other that it was intelligence, information, trying to understand where the corruption was in Congress and trying to address it themselves because they believed that their leadership had been failing them. So I believe overall this was a major advancement, if it can be looked at that way. But it's going to take a lot of people scaling back their anger and, having done that impeachment so quickly before any other information came out to balance it, and justifying the fact that they think they need 20 to 25,000 troops at the Capitol for what is likely to be a virtual inauguration anyway. So all I guess I want to say is that what I see happening here is that people are having their say, and they're determined to, and they're willing to put their lives on the line. And it's gotten that bad. So I'm glad that the New Yorker posted the full video of that situation where it was still edited, but it had enough in it so you can clearly see the intention and aim of the throng that were gathered there. They really truly seemed to think that Congress needed to hear from them because they didn't think that their message was getting through. Whether it wasn't getting through because of the media, they're very provoked at the media, blocking and censoring, and then the lockdowns and the inability to get through to people to understand the direness of the situation. That's what this country is flailing under, and people like the new head of the Senate thinking that it's just fine to restrict people and to keep their relief down because they have to keep toadying up to their masters and overlords. So it shows them that people are finding out how to get their own truth in the absence of media truth, and maybe some of it's off base, but for the most part, the sense of justice and injustice in people is intact, and it restores I never lost my faith in people. I've run for office. I've talked to thousands of people. I've talked to 15,000 people when I ran for the Senate in 2008, and I get where people are, and I don't think they change that much. They just want decent things. They don't want too much. They just want decent things. And that's what they haven't been getting. So it's time. It's time the Democrats saw this for what it was and stopped getting so, freaked out and fear-minded. And that in itself is the bigger danger here, I think, because out of that sense of, their life is in peril because they're creating this sense of preposterous panic that they're going to create madness. And I think madness is clearly on display, but we can do better than this, and we must do better than this. And this is an opportunity, and we must seize it. Okay, guys, thanks. Bye.